So on a multi-pitch fixed line rehearsal day where I'm not pulling the static line up with me, I also don't want to have all my layers, my water, and approach shoes on my harness while trying to project something that's at my limit. So I bring a little personal bag with supplies for the day. Not really a haul bag, just a little tag bag mini thing. And then I like to have a piece of 40 meters long enough for this route. So a 40 meter 5 mil tag line. And what that looks like is using a Fifi hook to be able to release the bag once I'm up at the next anchor, since my partner is not here at the anchor to release it for me, like on a standard multi-pitch route. I have my tag line stacked on the ledge. If there's no ledge, no little foot stance to keep it on, I'll just usually let it droop down half its length. Clip the top of the stack to my harness out of the way, and then the bottom of the rope, so this is the bottom of the pile, is going to first be clipped directly to the bag at the end. And then I'm going to use a Fifi hook. And I'm going to clip the sling of the Fifi into that same locker. And then I'm going to be able to hang the bag. So the premise is the bag is hanging on the Fifi, but a tug will make it pop off. Don't drop it right now. I've got a quick draw for backup so I don't plummet my bag to the end of this rope. But I'll make a knot 24 inches or so away from the tail. And now, when that's weighted upwards, when that is weighted upwards, it'll pop the bag off the anchor. So that's ready to go. I'm gonna leave my little backup quick draw on it until I'm onto the fixed line and top rope soloing away. But don't forget that or you'll be coming back down to release your bag, repeating the pitch. So now that I'm ready to go, I pulled off my backup quick draw and the bag is ready to pop off the anchor as soon as I start hauling up at the end of the pitch. At the end of the pitch, weighted my PAS, unweighted my 2 progress capturing pulleys. I'm going to use my little tag line here to pull up my tag bag that's waiting on a Fifi hook down there. So first I'll clip this out of the way, free up a hand. That's my tail of the tag. Set this up in haul mode. Progress capturing pulley. So I'm gonna go nice high point here. And I will hand haul until I hit the bag. And then give it a little pop. The Fifi hook comes off the anchor. And now the bag is in haul mode. And I'm gonna clip this out of the way again. I'm gonna show a way I like to foot haul using the 2 progress capturing pulleys that I have on me anyways. So the first progress capturing pulley is doing the hauling. It's in to a relatively high point at the anchor. My second one is on the free side, not the bag side, the free side. And I start with it about a foot away and I use a sling that I'm gonna stand in. And then thirdly, I use either a quick draw, a free carabiner, or something to make a redirect so that I have a pretty easy ratcheting system. So I'm going to stand in the sling, push down, haul up, push down, haul up. So my hand's not doing hardly any work, it's just resetting. My leg is doing all the work. This is a great method for multi-pitch red pointing as well. If there's a route that I don't need 2 ropes to rappel, I just need a modern 70 meter, 80 meter single rope to rappel. I'll still often bring a little micro tag line for the day bag, and I'll use this sort of foot hauling setup to pull the bag up without using my arms. So once the bag is near, I'm going to put my foot loop away. The bag is just going to go ahead and sit on an anchor point with the fifi. What I'm going to do is use a quick draw to back it up while I'm hanging out. So if I bump it, getting in here, get my snacks, I don't knock it off the fifi hook, but then the fifi hook's all ready to go for the next pitch, keeping it simple. And I will tear down the haul. And that's already set up for the next time. But again, I don't want to knock it off or it'll take a 40-meter ride. The mini bag will. So I've got to back up, quick draw as I get into my snacks and water. A few notes to consider. If the route the pitch zigzags above you, what you don't want is the droop of the tagline to get under the bag, entangle, and either pop early or pull against itself, entangle to where it won't pop off with direction to pull. So if you're headed off that way, keep the droop on the left side of the bag. If you're headed off to the right, let the droop kind of sit atop or on the right side so that once it pulls tight, it just pulls cleanly up to the fifi. This is not a great tactic for a busy route or when there's people below you. There's some risk of, if your tagline tangles below you and you have to start pulling on the tagline to try to undo a knot, a tangle, or if it's stuck on the rock somewhere, you do risk popping the fifi hook while you're on the pitch and plummeting your bag to the end of your tagline with your tagline attached to your harness, which maybe your gear loop will blow, maybe it won't, but that's bad news. So if you ever catch a snag with the tagline while you're climbing upwards, be really cautious. And again, not a great tactic if there's anybody below you at all. Low risk, but it's a little bit riskier than just having somebody release it if you are climbing with another person that day on the static lines.